How we doing, everybody? We're back with episode 3 of Smith Eats. Today we're going to be cooking up Midnight Snack Part 2, some nachos. I actually made these live on Instagram the night of the release for Midnight Snack, but I figured I'd give a more detailed explanation on what I did. When I make these nachos, I usually use Beyond ground beef, just because everyone in the house likes the taste, and we like to use less red meat when we can. Feel free to use regular ground beef, though, if you want. So for ingredients, we're going to need some tortilla chips. This is nachos after all. Then we're going to need some onions, some cilantro and lime, some garlic, some various spices, cumin, oregano, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper. Now I know we usually use a lot of already made things, but I don't like refried beans in a can, so we just grabbed some pinto beans and we'll be making them ourselves this evening. Now we'll also need some cheese, because this is nachos. And speaking of pre-made things, we used some Pico de gallo and some guacamole. Nobody's got time to make that shit. Now whenever we do these, we seem to forget one ingredient. Today that ingredient is sour cream, but have no fear, we'll still at least be topping it with some jalapenos. And you're going to need some olive oil for cooking. Now as an optional addition, you can add in worcestershire and chicken stock, but those are non-vegetarian. We added those today just because we had those in the house. Alright, let's get started. So we're going to start off by cutting up some onions. Still cutting up these onions. Oop. Gonna get every last little bit. Now we're gonna go with some cilantro next. Make sure you wash it before you use it. Boom, olive oil in a pan. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Now boom, onions in the hot pan. Gonna let these sweat with the salt. And then we're gonna put in the pinto beans, 2 cans. You're gonna wanna make sure you aggressively get those beans out of that can. Then you're going to want to just let the flavors get all nice and happy. Add in some garlic and let it do its thing. Then it's time to add the spices. Let's start off with some cumin, some chili powder, oregano, and I always hit them with a splash of complete seasoning. Now you're going to mush those all together, and you're actually going to start pressing these down. And make sure you have a Mike's Hard Lemonade in your hand when you're doing this. You're going to start to notice you're getting the refried bean consistency, and you're just going to keep doing this until generally most of it starts to get into that form, and then it's all going to start to cook out if you just leave it on low off to the side like that. We're going to start off a new pan with some olive oil, salt and pepper, just like the last pan. This is going to be our ground beef pan, our Beyond ground beef. Same thing, we're going to start off with some onions, start letting them sweat. Boom, 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 let them do their thing. Put the Beyond ground beef in. Now you can see I hit it one more time with some salt just to really kind of get it in there, and you're really going to kind of want to break it up and try to give it as much of that consistency of ground beef. And of course, we're going to hit it with some garlic, stir that all around. It's going to start to cook and really start to smell good. Cumin, chili powder, treating them almost just the same as the refried beans. Same type of seasonings. I can tell you, it was starting to smell really good in here with the refried beans cooking down and us just cooking the ground beef. Now the chips go in the oven to par bake for about 5 to 10 minutes. Get a little taste test on, let that cook down. Pull them out after about 5 or 10 minutes. Again, make sure you have your Mike's Hard Lemonade. And now you're gonna put the refried beans and the ground beef together, mix them all together. Yum yum. Start laying those evenly across the top of those tortilla chips in the pan, and make sure you get every last little bit in that pan there, I swear to God. And then we're gonna, of course, add our cheese. Boom. Make sure you go a little heavy-handed on that cheese. That is looking good. Put in the oven for about 5 minutes. And this is the result. Look at that. Just incredible. Alright, so we're gonna get to our toppings. We're going to do a little bit of jalapenos. Boom. Again, feel free to go heavy-handed on these. Of course, we need the Pico de gallo. Use the same spoon. We're going to add our guacamole. As much as you want on the guacamole. Some people like more, some people like less. And that's pretty much it. You can top it with whatever else you want on top, some more cilantro, some more lime, whatever you're feeling. This is our last episode shot on an iPhone. The rest are going to be shot on a DLSR. Hopefully that helps with our quality a little bit. Stay tuned for the next one.